Well, Robin Hood Jr. is a recovering prickaholic. Unlike his father, who was a die-hard prick, Robin Hood Jr. is recovering from the legacy that his father left behind. Robin Hood Sr., who left a legacy for Robin Hood Jr. to walk in his footsteps, but he doesn't follow them completely. A little modified. So the modification is this. First of all, I made a boo-boo. I didn't use 7% iodine tincture in alcohol. Good grief, no. It was 2% in a water base. Be that as it may, the iodine on the head of the penis evaporated quite rapidly, but the burn on the inside lingered for more than a day. It's still there with me right now. So, it came to me after watching a Tom Hanks movie, That Thing You Do, that came to me that all I have to do is dilute down the solution. So I have at least one empty eyedropper bottle. Well, it was filled with soap, but I emptied it out and rinsed it, and it's air drying at the moment. So what I'm going to do is put 1 drop of the 2% water-based tincture of iodine into that, fill it up with distilled water. It's only a 1 ounce sized eyedropper bottle. It's not very large. That'll dilute down the drop by a factor of at least 500. I can't remember what the proportion is. And I'll try that. I'll wait a few days or whatever. When I get up the courage, I'll try that. And if it's too strong, I'll take the eyedropper out with a little bit of fluid in it. And unless I can find another eyedropper bottle, dump the contents of that one, empty out 1 drop from the eyedropper back into the bottle, dump out the remaining, squirt out the remaining fluid of the eyedropper, and then fill up the bottle with distilled water, and this time it'll be a second dilution. So, like homeopathic dilutions, I'll just keep diluting until I find the right happy compromise that I can live with. Because I'm not going to go to the trouble of wrapping up my penis in a wet gauze. I don't want to go back to that old routine again. If it can't be done by a natural foreskin, there's no point in doing it artificially. But I still have to carry on. I have to continue with what I started. It has to be very, 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 very weak, what I put in my urethra. It has to be so weak that I can live with it, live with the consequences, and not have to keep worrying about my urethra closing up, shutting down, and stopping up the flow of urine in a painful way when it reopens. And yet I can still use 7% alcohol-based iodine tincture on my toenails because they love it. They can tolerate it. Feet are gross. They can handle extreme purification, the complete opposite, in extreme fashion, to an extreme degree, because they are extremely gross. Hey, I laid down on my bed the other day to face the sun because the sun was streaming in my window, and I wanted to warm myself because I was very depressed that day. So I put my head where my feet usually are, and I pulled away the covers, so there I was, and it stunk. Even though I do wash my sheets on occasion, I didn't stay there long. I put my feet there and turned around and put my head where it normally goes. So yeah, feet are pretty gross. They leave behind a legacy wherever they go of grossness. So they can handle a lot of purification, but not the penis. Not that it doesn't need it, I'm missing a foreskin, so it could use a little stimulation in the direction of regeneration, but not so much that I can't live with myself, on a repetitive basis. No, I don't want to suffer that much. A little bit, okay, but it's got to be bearable. It's got to be tolerable. So that's the whole point of this follow-up video. Lest you think that I'm into sadomasochistic protocols for health. No. It has to be convenient, which kind of supersedes tolerable, or subsumes, not supersedes. No, tolerable supersedes convenient. No, it takes it into consideration. It should be tolerable, as well as and user friendly, as well as inexpensive, readily available, easy, simple. You know, all nice qualities that are doable. So that's it. I guess that's all I have to say. Makes me feel a lot. It gives me hope. I'm still in a little pain, not too much, but it gives me hope. It's just that it's in the most tender, vulnerable, sensitive area, you know. Armpits, that's another sensitive area. Oh my god. Talk about sensitive areas. Oh, whatever.